advantages do you have when you play 2 games against the same team like you did in LA, and now right away with Vegas?
Well, I don't know if there's any really advantages either way. Obviously, both teams know each other pretty well anyway. Some of the details are obviously a little more fresh in your mind, and coming off of tonight's game, have an opportunity to look at some adjustments and some things that we need to do better.
It didn't look like Vegas was giving you very much scoring wise, and the game pretty much came down to a couple of turnovers in the neutral zone in the second.
Yeah, we didn't we didn't generate very much, especially in the second half of the game. The second period is the difference in this hockey game. There was, right after, it wasn't a shorthanded goal, but it was, a turnover right at the end of our power play, which, there's a couple of things that need to happen differently there to make sure that doesn't happen. But after that, the big difference there, in the second period against a good team, we didn't take care of the puck. So turnovers lead to transition and transition offense for them. It also led to a lot of O-zone time for them, for some of their good players. And when they're in the O-zone, they got inside of us a lot in that second period. They beat us back to the net. They got pucks to the inside, and they got scoring opportunities out of that. That led to face-offs in our own zone, and face-offs were a real problem in the second period for us. They generated offense and again, O-zone time off of those face-offs.
It felt like you guys were pretty even in the first period. Did they do anything different in the second, or
No.
just what you mentioned?
No, they got momentum going. Yeah, I love the way we started the hockey game. Good energy. Would have been nice to be able to get one early, but that's not always the case. But no, our first period, I liked the first period. We just didn't transition that into a full second period. And when the ice gets tilted in the second period, when you allow that to happen through. We lost the line change game in the second period. We turned too many pucks over, and that allowed them to, with their skill and ability to tilt the ice in the second period. Like I said, that was drastically that was the difference in the hockey game. That really the 13 minutes of the second period.
Dave, you've talked about it before, but it's all that defense with that taking some energy out of the guys.
What's that?
Was the second period so much defending, taking energy out of the
Well, we
guys?
spent too much time in there for sure, Bob. I don't believe our issues in the second period were energy related. We got to be stronger and better with the puck, and that's where it starts and finishes. Can we defend better and quicker? Absolutely. But when you spend time in your own zone, eventually bad things are going to happen. And they created a lot of scoring chances. I haven't had a chance to go through them yet, but they created a lot of good chances off of our turnovers, and the ensuing time in the zone off of that in the second period.
What was your thoughts on Chris tonight and his performance?
Driggs did a good job. He stopped one breakaway just before the first goal of the game. He fought through some traffic, and the second one had eyes and found its way through him on a second attempt. So Driggs played a pretty solid hockey game tonight.
You were saying earlier that there are some things in his pregame routine that he changed. Like when you're seeing a guy still wanting to put in that sort of work with a few games left in the season, like what does that say to you about his commitment, and what does that kind of tell you about him going forward?
Number one, that's his job. We expect that. We expect that out of ourselves. From top to bottom. So I'm not giving anybody pats on the back because they're working hard. We talked about that this morning. That's the expectation. I'm proud of his effort. The other night he was real good. He had a chance to turn that into another good performance tonight, and he did that. That's outstanding. Now he needs to come back to work tomorrow and have a great work day tomorrow, and keep pushing forward and building his game.
A little bit this morning. They're a desperate hockey team. It felt like they didn't run you out of the building. Did you feel that you matched their intensity or their desperation tonight?
I think we can be better. I'm not. 2-3 nights ago, I told you guys you're not going to find a whole lot of negatives from me, but I'm going to be honest. I look at things that we can do better. We can be better. I think we had some guys tonight that. we'll look at their games and want to be a little bit better, handle situations a little bit better. So we had some really good efforts tonight. We gave ourselves a chance to be in the heart of that game midway through, and I believe the first goal of the game tonight was going to be a big one and a very important one. Our reaction to that goal against, if you look at the next 10 minutes of the hockey game, we can be a little bit better there and have a little better pushback. We got ourselves back on our heels and allowed them to gain a lot of momentum, and that's where Driegs was probably at his best, is during that time frame, to keep it at a 1-goal hockey game and give us an opportunity going into the third period to really turn that momentum and really push back. So lots of good efforts tonight. Again, we'll look at it, and there's areas that distinct areas that we can be a lot better in, and we'll need to be. That's a good hockey team over there. That's come through a lot of adversity and is playing well.
McCann up to that top line to start the third period. Were you trying to?
Yeah, I didn't think. You guys know I've loved Donnie's game all. Mostly throughout the year. He's such a battler and a warrior. It wasn't. He wasn't one of his best nights, so I wanted to change the look of that and and just try to spark something there, especially offensively.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.